He never really like put his
Right.
focus on Ty. He focused on a lot of other niggas, but yeah, you know what I mean. He didn't do that with Ty. So
Yeah, but
obviously
we
there's some
understood.
type of understanding.
We exactly we understood that. Well, whoever what was understood didn't need to be said for the people that understood that. Me and him had a history, and at one point he was my guy. You know what I mean? And listen, bro, at no point ever, like I said, I ain't a lying nigga, bro. Ain't no point ever did I say he was a sucker, a pussy, or none of that. But what happened is what happened, bro.
Hey,
Period.
Ty, so y'all been around music just as long as me, right? Okay, so niggas, certain individuals didn't make like superstardom because we wasn't willing to do what a lot of niggas was willing to do, right, Ty?
That's a fact.
You feel what I'm saying? We stood on our principles more than we stood on the entertainment shit because we know, and we just ain't gonna get in like that side of the game. But we know
Man,
a
right.
bunch of niggas who sold their souls, who done did worse shit than snitched. You know what I'm saying? And destroyed motherfuckers' lives. So we understand this shit on a different level because we looking at all some of these niggas that niggas think is thorough or authentic. We looking at these niggas like they clowns. We know. It's just the masses don't know.
Yeah,
So you
Dame,
saying niggas is
listen,
going in the back room singing like R.
hold
Kelly?
on. Now listen, I'm gonna tell you, you got Rockweiler on the stage, bro. He'll tell you that's Rock, one of the dopest hip hop producers ever,
In the
ever.
history of music, bro.
And he'll tell
Shout out,
you
Rock.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
he'll tell you it's certain moves that he didn't make is probably why he ain't up with the Timberlands and whoopty whoopty wham. I'm sure there's a lot of come on, bro. Rock could tell
That's
you
a
some
fact.
stories, bro.
Oh
You know what I
nah,
mean?
it's Queens. Queens is a real sensitive of story. So, you had to move a certain way, and like he said, and it's true. You know what I'm saying? Certain people didn't say things about. Sir, hold on, y'all. Certain things they say. Certain people ain't say things about certain people. Like Ty and get the hoopla. You know what I'm saying? Like because everybody knew everybody. Everybody was down the block from each other. So it was. We didn't play games. You know what I'm saying? Even when it started getting like to that level, it still was moves that niggas was not making. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
And then that would have been a whole bunch of lying, bro. Like I said, that like me making a whole record about how soft he was and how he was a chump and a puss. Then that would have been a whole bunch of lying, right? Right? Because then niggas would have been like, "Come on, bro, how you do that?" The same way with him. You know what I mean? He couldn't stand on nothing like that. Because like Rock said, everybody up the street from each other,
Everybody
bro.
else, like social media wouldn't have been good for us back then. We wouldn't, because social media, it would have cost lives. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it wouldn't have been no trolling. Ain't no trolling. We down the block from each other. Ain't no talking this and talking that. We down the block. Niggas was able to knock on niggas' doors. Rather, but it pretty much shoot up a door. Like, we know Queens niggas run up in your house. We smiling, run up in the crib. So,
And
like,
y'all got a car to drive.
and everybody know everybody. You know what I'm saying? From the
Ain't no
team.
sending, like Rock said, ain't no sending the location in the attic. We already
Nah,
know
you ain't
who's
send. You sending the
we
addy
already
and
know.
you down the. You sending the addy and you at the store. You a stupid nigga. You sending the addy and you down the block.
I might send my Brooklyn niggas to run in your house.
Yo, so can I ask a question? Because you said you raised an interesting point about social media and trolling. So 50 was around though. I'm sure. So you don't believe that he wouldn't have been trolling?
Nah, I'm just saying that Queens is close, so the trolling and the addy and the location and the pin mark
Right,
would have been a
right,
death
right. He's saying
certificate for a lot of niggas. Would have been a death
exactly,
certificate. You know what I'm
exactly.
You just
saying?
He
gotta
not
do the
he,
math. Remember,
These
50
niggas
was
don't put the
GA
Jay
after
Z
that
shit
shit
on top.
happened, bro.
Yeah, we
he
would have
not
we would have
he not
definitely
saying he
we
not
would
saying
have
he
definitely
wouldn't
shot.
he wouldn't have
Yeah,
trolled,
shot
but he
Chicago. Queens
yeah.
would have been Chicago for real. Queens would have been Chicago for real if that pin note was on that damn phone. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, because niggas is close. Niggas know niggas. All of us grew up each other. All of us grew up. So when shit started happening, niggas went where they went, but everybody still knew everybody. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Ty still knew. Just
Exactly.
Ty was still knew the other side, so everybody knew not to do it. So we didn't. Niggas knew not to talk. They knew not to run their mouth too much. You know what I'm saying? They kept it. It was music, and it was good for that moment. But all that other shit, nah, dog. Don't drop no pen. Don't drop no pen because we fireworks that night.
That's a fact. And a lot of this shit stayed in the music world, but niggas in the streets knew who was who, what was what, and what was the circumstances. You know what I mean?
Bro, I said we had a Q&A the other day, and I said, a little while back, and I said, man, when I look back at it now, I said, man, it's a blessing we never really just like bump straight up heads, right? Because it would have been like Rock just said, bro. There'd been a lot of niggas locked up, a lot of people dead, way more, bro. Because
That's a fact. That's a fact.
we was full fledged, and they might have been full fledged. I ain't taking nothing. I'm not even, man. Listen, we was full fledged, bro. So
And I
man,
know
40 of them against 40 of us, man. 20, 25 people dead, and probably whatever else in jail, bro. That's what I'm saying. So it's a blessing that we never even really ran into each other like that. You know what I mean? Real talk.
that's
I,
a fact. That's a fact. And what niggas don't understand is, you know, from the outside looking in, it looks like Queens business, like this Queens niggas. You know what I mean? I'm from Brooklyn, but that shit trickled down to Brooklyn, like nigga. Like I got real close ties to that situation. That's why I can speak up on that shit. You know what I mean? When they brought up the Shine shit, I ain't gonna say too much about the Shine shit because I don't know. And he was in Brooklyn, but as far as that other shit, I got close ties to a lot of those things, and this shit was real hectic. I'm glad it went out the way it went out because that shit could have really been ugly. You know what I mean? Because both sides was not playing. Niggas don't understand that shit.
Yo, I put it like this: if Tupac lived in South Side and Biggie lived in the village, they'd still be alive today. And I say that because niggas knew what not to say and what not to play with. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying. So
Right.
you when you far enough to do that, it sounds good. But nah, nigga, if them niggas lived a town over, them niggas would
That's
be
a
alive
fact.
today.
That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? And I went to school in Queens, nigga, Jamaica Queens, Franklin K. Lane, if Cadillac know what's up. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And I'm a
yeah. I
Brooklyn
know
nigga.
Lane right there. That's
Yeah,
on the borderline. That's on the borderline.
exactly. Nigga, I
Uh-huh.
went and I'm a Brooklyn nigga going to school in Jamaica Queens. Like a lot of the ties was real close. That's why I was real tense because I was fucking with niggas on both sides of the shit. Like I was cool with both parties. You know what I mean? So it was a real tense time back then, nigga.
Hey, so I'm gonna start this event. I'm gonna reset the room, and I'm gonna pin a link up. Uh, Boom, edited pin link. All right, here we go. Hey, welcome to Trolls Nation. If you're new to the room, welcome. This is the Trolls Nation room on the Clubhouse app. If you're on stage in the audience, you like to come up or you want to stay on stage, don't act bougie. Make sure you do this. Go in and troll up top. Hit the greenhouse. Join the club. Follow the moderators on stage. You see what's going on. Did Puff Daddy rat on Shine Poe or is Shine lying? You know, it's a discussion that we was having and we want to go a little bit more into it. Shine did an interview while incarcerated, insinuating that Puff Daddy, yes, P Diddy himself, Sean Puffy Combs, Sean John, um, paid witnesses at the situation to corroborate the story that Shine did it, right? So one saying, hey, well, he didn't directly snitch. One may say, you know what, he instructed other people to do it. He was covering his ass. J Lo wasn't feeling the vibe. She got up out of there. She was done with it. Um, ABC News would report Puffy accused of witness tampering. February 22nd, 2001, right? As Grammy host Jon Stewart cracked jokes on the expense of Sean Puff Daddy Combs yesterday, a prosecutor made more serious allegations about the rap star in his gun possession and bribery trial in Manhattan, New York Superior Court. In a letter made public to Judge Charles Solomon, prosecutor Matthew Bogdanos said that on January 3rd, he interviewed ex-convict Matthew Scar Allen and his two brothers, who were all in a club in New York City, December 29, 1999, at the time of the shooting incident that left three injured. Allen, whose argument with Combs allegedly triggered the shooting, was arrested Tuesday night in Maryland after 7 weeks on the run. Bogdanos wrote that the Allen brothers told him that they were concerned about testifying at the trial and felt threatened by Combs. a multimillionaire record producer whose empire includes Bad Boy Records and Sean John clothing line. The greatest concerns were retaliation by Mr. Combs and those surrounding him against their mother, Shirley Allen. Bogdanos wrote, hold on, let me go ahead and clip this. Okay, boom. All right, come on, here we go, here we go. All right, Bogdanos wrote, I was also informed of several attempts by Mr. Combs personally to pay for their silence. Baldanos also released a written statement by Matthew Allen in which he claims to have seen Combs and associate Jamal Shine Burrow firing guns in the nightclub after the argument. The judge ruled, after prosecution rested its case earlier Wednesday, that Allen could testify at the trial once attorneys for the three defendants had presented their cases. Allen could be sent to New York. Allen could be sent to New York from Maryland within days if he waives his extradition rights, officials said. Combs, 31, was accused of illegal gun possession and bribery stemming from the incident at the nightclub near Times Square. Four prosecution witnesses have testified during the trial that they saw a gun in Combs' hand that night, and the rapper's driver also described how Combs allegedly tried to bribe him with $50,000 to say the gun was his. Sean Puffy Combs adamantly denies all the charges against him. His bodyguard, Anthony Wolf Jones, 34, I don't know if any of y'all know who Wolf Jones
I
is also
know
charged.
exactly what that is. Yeah.
You know, yeah, on me, I remember who Wolf is. It says
Yeah.
34 is also charged with gun possession and bribery. Burrow, right? 21 is accused of attempted murder, right? They're talking about Shine. Eyewitnesses have testified that Allen screamed at Combs, I'm going to kill you, before someone in Allen's group hurled money as an insult at Combs. You know, so pretty much he says some money was in hand, threw the money at him like he was a hoe. According to the testimony, shooting then erupted in the chaos, and three bystanders suffered gunshot wounds. Combs and his entourage, including his then girlfriend, pop star Jennifer Lopez, fled the scene and were chased down by police. In Allen's written statement released by the prosecutor, he describes how Combs knocked a glass of champagne out of his hand while greeting someone else in the club, and the pair started screaming at each other. At just about the same time, one of the guys against the bar threw money at Puffy. Shine then dipped down and came back up with a gun and started firing. Allen's sworn statement said, at that point, Puffy had a gun in his right hand and was running out. I could see both Shine and Puffy firing guns. Reuters contributed to this report. So, um, what's y'all views on that? That's from the court. That's eyewitness testimony. That's what the prosecutors gathered from the information back in 2001. What's y'all views on that?
Yeah, let me ask a question, right? I thought the story was.
Hold on. Nah. You don't ask a question. I just asked a question. What's y'all views on that? Not a question to be asked. I'm asking the question. What's y'all views on what I just read? Any
Nah,
comments?
I absolutely think that Diddy did the shark shit. He always like he covered his ass. It was like at that point, dog eat dog world. He covered his ass and made sure he ain't get hit with nothing, or would have been two attempt murder cases. And he got out of the situation, and Sean had to do the time. I'm keeping it 1,000.
I could have sworn what happened. Uh, the limo driver testified against Sean, against Puffy. Puffy turned around and got on it because he's the last one that had Johnny Cochran. He got on. They eventually got him on the stand, and he told the whole incident. Even told that Sean was the one that did the shooting in the club and shot the girl in the nose and all this, and got this man deported back to Belize after his 10 years was up.
Facts.
Right, that's what I was gonna say. I thought Sean was the one who pulled out the ratchet. He the one who fired off. The bullets that they found was all from the gun that he had, but Diddy just had to his shit out on some just in case. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think the bullets matched the gun. I think the if I ain't mistaken, I think it was fragments. I don't think they could do ballistics on the bullets or some shit like that. So I don't know if it was really true that it was fired from Shine gun. But all them niggas had ratchets. Shine, Wolf, and Diddy.
So if you're saying the limo driver fingered it, then it must have been Diddy who paid the limo driver to take the
Yeah,
fall. Fall guy.
he tried to remember he took remember y'all remember he bought Jennifer Lopez $1 million ring for supposedly allegedly friendship ring. He turned around when that incident happened inside the limo. He tried to get a man the ring and the gun, just to throw the gun away. The
No, it
man
was
bucked
it,
on.
it, it wasn't J
Limo,
Lo ring, my nigga. It was Diddy's pinky ring. It was worth about $80,000. And they threw three guns out when they got into the high speed chase. They threw three guns out the window. Three guns was recovered. Sean wasn't in the truck. Sean got caught walking down the street with the ratchet. Diddy, Wolf
but
and
who
them
threw
was
the
in the
guns
truck.
out though? Because the limo driver said he didn't do it.
Listen, the limo drive when they got to the precinct and when they was in the bullpen, that's when Puff offered to get that nigga that ring and a couple dollars. It wasn't J Lo ring, my nigga. It was his ring, and it wasn't in the truck. It was after they got to the precinct. Benny Medina came to pick
So
J Lo up and got her the fuck out of there because J Lo wasn't with it. And you know, everybody know who Benny
so here
Medina
goes.
is. He's very powerful. He came up in there and told the motherfucking police, "Listen, check this out. J Lo going with me." And they walked the fuck up out of there. She kept no charge, no accessory, no nothing. He got her the fuck up out of there. And that's when the strain on their relationship really happened with us with Puff and J Lo, because Benny Medina ain't want to
Man,
fucking with J Lo anyway. I mean, didn't want to fucking with Puff anyway.
man, yeah, he fucked up. You dropped the ball with J Lo back in 2001, 2000. You dropped the goddamn ball. I don't know how he fumbled that. You were supposed to
Bad.
keep her away from the bullshit. You messed that up, man. It's J Lo, man. Shit. Uh, MT. So MTV News, right? They came with an article on August 22nd, 2012. I pinned the link up. It says Shine disses Diddy just months after rec- reconciliation. Reconciliation. I think I'm saying it right. So it says it
Reconciliation.
was all good for sure. There we go. It was all good just a few months ago when Shine was spotted kicking it with Diddy in Paris. But a new track from the former Bad Boy rapper reveals some ill feelings. Hot 97 radio personality Miss Info got the green light to premiere You're Welcome, Shine's new track on her blog. He says, "I need to know how my Cody called witness to sacrifice me, just so he can get away free. This does not comply with the streets." Poe rhymes over the sober piano track, referencing his co-defendant Diddy's 2000 trial, which followed their involvement in the infamous 1999 Club New York shooting. Sean was convicted of assault and gun possession and then served nearly 9 years in prison. During his time behind bars, the Belizean born rapper gave a number of interviews in which he expressed his distaste for Combs, the man who signed him to his first record deal with Bad Boy in the late 1990s. Sean was released from prison in 2009 and later deported. In January, the MC told MTV News via Skype from Paris that he and Puff had buried the hatchet. The two were even spotted together during Paris Fashion Week in March. I felt how I felt. I said what I said. In retrospect, when you look at the way Diddy handled it, he held it down. He wore it. Shine said back in January, remarking on how the music mogul never threw dirt on him despite Shine's disses. He ain't had nothing to say. Always had good things to say. It was always, yo, whatever Shine need, we got him. Well, things have certainly changed. Shine now says Diddy has fallen back on his promises and made to help the rapper get a U.S. visa and return to America. Homeboy did me dirty. He knows that. He apologized. Shine told Miss Info. He said he's gonna spend the rest of his life helping me get my life back. So how you don't help your man come back to America? The rapper said that Diddy offered him money, which he claimed to have turned down, saying he only wanted his former friend's support. Shine also believes that Combs should help out the mother of his former bodyguard, Anthony Wolf Jones, who was also involved in the club New York shooting and was later murdered in an unrelated incident. Don't give me any money. I don't need it. But take care of Miss Jones. Diddy gave her 10,000 when I started talking to him, but that was it. Sean said, but while we're in Paris, he spent half a million on his chick, Cassie. If it weren't for Wolf, if it weren't for me, things would be very different. There would be no Ciroc deal. He wouldn't be worth close to $1 billion. And you know, that was Shine's words. So what
Yeah,
do y'all think
Shine,
Shine's
Shine,
saying? Y'all
Shine
think
saved the
Shine's
label.
saying like
He saved the
he
label at that
saved it?
time. You can't keep it. You got to keep it a buck. He saved the label at that time,
He
bro.
down
He
sure
did.
did after Biggie died, boy.
Word.
He did
'Cause
that. That
Man,
remember your
infamous
boy
Biggie.
Mace. Remember your boy Mace went and turned pastor abruptly. He just remember Mace just woke up the next day and went and opened the church.
man.
Well, I know allegedly that I know Puff supporter gave Shine $1 million through L.A. Reid him. You know what I mean? To give him that label Godfather Entertainment or whatever. I can't think of Shine label, but I know $1 million supposed to have been filtered through to Shine. That's why
Gangland.
Shine album came out on Def Jam when L.A. was running Def Jam. That was Puffy
He's
work.
supposed to have a
Nah,
he's supposed
Who
to
was
that's a
have
that?
a
lie. That's
he's
a
supposed
lie.
to have a
That's a
record
lie,
deal with
man.
Def Jam down there
That
in Belize.
Yeah, that was a lie though because they wasn't even seeing eye to eye when Sean got that deal over at Def Jam.
right. I figured that, but I
Diddy
know
ain't
that
have
was I
nothing to
know
do
that
with
was one of
that,
the
bro.
rumors though,
Yeah,
Cat.
he ain't have nothing to do with that. That was all Sean himself.
Yeah, he was still a prime minister when that was going on.
Okay, but if me and you fighting a case, right? We got technically the same case, but the case is severed, meaning that it's being charged in two different courts, right? Is it wrong for you to point the finger at me and for me to point the finger at you?
I don't think their case was ever severed. I think all three of them went to trial. They went to trial together. They didn't get no those severance. And that's the
They
answer to your
Oh
question.
no, the defense was severed. Like
right,
Puffy got
exactly.
the Puffy got the dream team, and I don't know who Shine had.
Oh right, Shine and Wolf
Sean
was.
got
Some
Kalina. Sean
bullshit.
had Kalina. Sean had Kalina. Kalina is not no. He wasn't no bullshit, but he wasn't like what Diddy had.
Right.
You know what I
I know
mean?
I know another one of Shine issues supposed to have been New York supposed to have a law called the no retreat law. And that law is supposed to state that if somebody that you care about and somebody that you love is in danger, you don't supposed to retreat. You're supposed to do any and everything possible to help them out. And when Diddy took the stand, and I believe the defense attorney asked him, "Well, what's up with Shine? Is you and Shine close? Do you love him? Whoop, 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 yada yada yada." Because if Puff would have said yeah, then it would have made shit look a little better. But Puff got on the stand and said, "No, he's just a regular artist like all the rest of my artists."
Facts.
You dig what I'm saying?
Facts.
So that really
Hey,
rubbed Shine the wrong way.
so
You hurt
hey, so
that
check this out.
man, bro.
I got check this out. I got
You
people on
right,
my
big
back
bro.
channel. I got people on my back channel like, well, J Lo snitched too. J Lo was snitch.
J know
J
a
Lo was a
civilian, nigga. She can't snitch.
J Lo ain't snitch on
No, she
shit.
did.
Benny Medina
Man,
came up
when
there and
J
got
Lo
her the
found
fuck up
out,
out of there
It
like she
don't
that's
was
a
even
lie.
bullshit.
matter though. J Lo could give 1 million statements to all you
So how
street
they
niggas.
call
The
J Lo a
world is
snitch?
not
What?
bound
Bro,
to what we
niggas on
gotta
my
do,
back
bro.
channel talking about she snitched too.
Nah, you
when
Who
can't
in
J
your
call
Lo
back
J Lo
found
a
channel?
out that
snitch, bro.
Puffy was
What?
snitching, boy, she stopped fucking with that man, bro. When she found out Puffy was snitching, she stopped fucking with that nigga immediately. That really cut ties on
Y'all
top of
see
what
that?
Big Bro said about that
Y'all
man
see
getting
that
high off.
Puffy try to
She
pay
still
his
don't fuck with that
body.
nigga right now to the day,
Puffy try
man.
to pay the driver. Puffy try to pay the driver 50,000. Y'all see what the court shit said? 50,000 to the driver to say it was his
Yeah, I
gun.
said that.
Then he was paying other people. So they still adamant. And Shine said, man, I don't want shit from Diddy. I just want my U.S. citizenship. He said, man, if it wasn't for me taking that time, Puff, there would be no Ciroc deal. There would be no Bad Boy on me. And now they saying on my back channel, Puffy a civilian too, though. Like, how the fuck is he a
He
civilian?
really is though. No, but he
Oh,
really is though.
so
I mean,
he
I
can
see.
Regardless, he told on
He
his
really
card.
is. He's an shit. Nigga,
man.
what
No,
Puffy?
a lot of
Puffy
niggas
was
said that they were intimidated by Puffy. They said Puffy knew how to make some calls. He might not
nah.
been a nigga.
Fuck out of
They
here.
said he got juice, so he ain't got no juice. We saying that Puffy
Fuck
can't get a
out of
nigga
here,
touch.
my
He
nigga. If he
can't get a
had
nigga
juice,
fucked up in Times Square.
if he had juice, Biggie still be alive, my nigga.
Oh,
He ain't got no juice.
no,
Oh man, I was there.
That was the low
I ain't
blow.
gonna listen.
That was the
I ain't
low
gonna
That ain't
put.
no
blow.
That was
motherfucking low blow. That ain't no motherfucking low blow. And any real nigga like Cadillac, he know what the fuck I can get to. Y'all better leave me the fuck alone. I done been around, bro. It's a nigga named Zip, nigga. That if he was here,
Yeah,
tell
yeah,
you
yeah.
about it. Leave whack
That's a
alone, nigga.
that's a
I've been
different rabbit
around,
hole,
nigga.
whack. That's a different rabbit hole, whack.
Yeah,
That's
okay,
a
that's what
whole
I'm
other
saying.
rabbit hole.
That ain't no low blow, nigga. That's real. That nigga ain't got no juice like that, bro. He a civilian. Nigga ain't. That's a dancing ass puffy businessman. Nigga's a hell of a marketing dude. The nigga's a
Yo,
hell of a
whack.
marketing
You know this shit gonna be
guy.
on
I,
YouTube,
I,
whack.
I
Bro,
was
they,
I was
I
talking
ain't
about
never
far as
known Puffy to
Puffy.
claim to be
Fuck
a
Puffy.
gangster, my
I'm talking
nigga.
about Biggie.
Nah, he ain't lying. He ain't lying, bro. I mean, the man is a
I don't give a
civilian,
fuck
but
about Puffy.
Yeah,
I
he
was
yeah,
got.
talking about
no,
Biggie.
Yeah, but he didn't been involved in street shit, right?
he
E-
been involved. Y'all
Even
nigga, hey, look,
even back
you
then, he was.
square
That don't
niggas,
make him a
you
street
square
nigga.
niggas, bro. Y'all
Puff ain't
shut
never
the
been
fuck up,
in.
bro, because
Puff ain't been in no. That
y'all
nigga went to
think y'all
Howard
know how this
University, man.
go. Yeah, what the fuck are you talking about? He been involved in street. What the
Just because you
fuck
was
does that mean?
around
Because the
street
nigga
shit
pulled
don't
up and
make you
brought a
street.
bag of weed from the projects. He a street nigga too?
Nah,
Fuck is going on, bro?
Yeah, this shit
Just
crazy,
because you
bro.
was around street shit
I'm a,
don't make you a street
that
nigga.
shit,
Yeah,
that
bro. What the
shit.
fuck is?
You gotta participate 24/7 a day to
Gotta be your
qualify
life,
as a
nigga.
to
Be in
qualify as
there.
a
If you
street
in
nigga.
there or you not in there, niggas don't understand
Yeah,
that.
Exactly.
You
all
in there or
that.
you not.
Oh, well, he pulled up with Big Zeus that did 13 years of.
Yeah, they
Why he
try to
doing
make.
around niggas? Niggas is crazy, bro.
Yeah,
But
they
how
try to
they
make.
say
But
J
not.
Lo rap?
No, they really
but
give Puffy that power because they like, man, we heard Puffy has something to do with Pac and him getting touched and all that. So they really try to make it like
Puffy
Puffy
had
is
what
a
to do
gangster.
with Pac and Pac didn't touch.
Yo, yo,
Puffy
The
had.
fuck
civilians.
is these
Yo, hold
niggas
on, hold on,
talking about right
hold on.
now?
Yo,
All right,
whack, whack,
hold
hold
on.
on, hold
So
on.
If
so
from
Uncle Murder,
Cali, if
Uncle
you
Murder
from
got a
Cali,
song.
you
Hold on,
supposed to know
Uncle
Just
Puffy
Murder
listen
had.
what
got.
the man
Hold
say.
on,
Pac.
hold on,
Yo, one
hold on.
mic, one mic.
Let me tell y'all about what Uncle Murder said. Uncle Murder was like, I wonder how when they say that Suge got Pac killed. I wonder how that make Pac fans feel. He said, but you never know. Puff got that fettuccine. Let me chill. Puff might send niggas to see me. That's what Uncle Murder said. And we know
Nah,
Uncle
That's
that's
Murder
a
be on
rap
that's
song,
bullshit.
my
You
nigga.
talking
that's a
about
good.
music,
That's
bro.
shock
Hold on,
value,
hold
bro.
on.
Bro, listen, listen,
You-
listen,
Hold on,
listen,
hold
listen.
on,
Niggas
hold on.
just
That's good bars. That's
Listen,
good
listen.
bars. That's all that is. That's some nice
Rap
bars.
and
That's a
fucking
nice
real
bar.
life is
Yeah, but
two
niggas take that for real. Niggas is taking
different
that for
things,
real
man.
because
But
I ain't
but
gonna
Mutt
lie.
know
nah.
that
Ain't no
though. Come
niggas
on.
take that for real.
Nah,
Nigga,
niggas ain't.
rapping
Nah.
real life, rapping real life is two different things. I'm from New York. I know the underground scene of the New York shit, bro. Rapping real life is two different things, my nigga.
that nigga
Yo, hold
Pac
on.
was
We hold
Two
on.
saying
Let me
total
that
yo.
nigga
Let me
different
say
things,
Pac
one
bro.
thing.
that nigga
Hold on,
Pac
hold on.
was saying Bad Boy. He thought Bad Boy had something to do with the shit in the elevator. The
Pac's a
shit at the recording.
motherfucking lie.
Nigga, Pac, no, Pac,
Hold
no,
on,
Pac
hold
Pac
knows
on,
the
hold
fuck
knew.
on.
Pac
up.
know
Wait,
goddamn
wait,
well they
wait,
ain't had
wait.
nothing
Hold
to do
on,
with that
y'all.
shit.
Hold on. Just
Pac
real quick.
knew Bad
Because
Boy.
we know, hold on, Magneto, hold on. We know what it was, bro. We know what type of shit Pac was spinning. He know what he
Real
was doing.
niggas know.
He knows that exactly. So we ain't
That
gotta
was
even go to
Cap.
that.
Pac,
We ain't even gotta
Pac was
go to
on
that.
bullshit.
Yeah, yeah, we ain't gotta go to that. But what we were saying about the civilian shit about Puffy, bro. How many times we done seen on them little fucking shows where civilians how many wives try to get their husband knocked off or niggas try to do civilians do other shit too. That just don't mean because they did a criminal act that means they now a criminal because they
Yeah,
did a
street
criminal
nigga.
act. You know what I mean? A lot of civilians
Exactly. Like
may
that
may
whole
commit a
Biggie.
commit.
but people in the
Yeah,
street do different shit too. Come on, y'all got
Well,
y'all
hold
Yeah.
on.
gotta think people in the
So
street people in the
I'm about to
people in the
get the
street
paperwork.
people in the street got
I'm gonna put the
businesses too,
paperwork up.
and people in
I'm
the
about to
street
put the
know how to
paperwork
move
up.
without being seen.
yeah.
All right,
As far as that elevated shit, Pac was trying to
if you
do that
blaming
Puff, bro.
Biggie, if you blaming
Pac
Biggie and
was
Bad Boy for that elevated shit, you clearly don't know shit about what was going
no.
down at that
He
time.
ain't
You don't know
he not he's saying what Pac said, but Pac was doing. He had that narrative for what he was working it. He was working that angle for what he was working it for. He knew exactly who he.
exactly.
Matter of fact, listen,
You don't
you
know
heard
shit.
you heard against all odds. How you can't go from
Whoa,
saying
whoa.
you
All
can't
the
go
shit
from
where
saying
the shit
Biggie and
Kevin
Puff
wrote.
and then make against all odds because he ain't say he said what he said in against all odds, bro. So
That's why he
you
said
heard the
realest
song.
shit I ever wrote. Exactly.
You heard the
Exactly.
song.
Exactly.
So he know what the elevator shit was about. So you already come on, man. He ain't find out later on down the line. He knew what
Pac
that was
say
about.
Hey, let me tell you why I take nothing what Pac say real. When the nigga said snitch ass nigga named Hasten Jack, you know goddamn well Jack ain't did no
Fact.
telling on you, nigga. You know goddamn well that's one of the reasons why your ass was in that motherfucking wheelchair. But now you want to go call him a snitch because you got the power of a microphone,
And you know
bro.
what? That powerful
Fuck out of
microphone.
here.
You
yo,
know what?
whack, yo, whack,
That
yo,
powerful
whack.
microphone is real
He
because you
calling
got
him
niggas
you
that's
calling him
debating about street shit that don't know what the fuck they talking about, saying because Pac
you
said it. This is what it was.
All right, then Pac was a
you
bullshit
calling the
ass
man
nigga. Then if
you
he was
call you
doing that, then he
calling the
was
man a
bullshit.
snitch.
If he was lying, yeah, he
Definitely
was a
You calling the
bullshit
was.
man
nigga.
a
We
snitch in the midst of you dry snitching. You calling
Yeah.
You on the
let's
line?
keep it tall. Let's keep
Listen,
it tall. Let's keep it all the way tall. You calling another man a strip snitch in the song where you dry snitching, bro. On
and
that
let's be
on a
clear.
few niggas.
Not only was Biggie not involved in that elevator shit, Brooklyn period had nothing to do with that elevator shit. That was some uptown shit. Some niggas. He know who the fuck did it. It was not no Brooklyn business.
Nah, nah.
You
It
ain't
was
go.
some Brooklyn mixed
Nah,
up
it was
in
some
that.
Brooklyn.
That's out.
Bro, it was Brooklyn
That's
niggas.
But
that's out, my nigga.
it was not no
That's
rappers. It was not no fucking rappers.
wasn't
Oh
no rappers
nah. It
there.
wasn't
No,
no
it wasn't no
no.
rap. And for what I hear, I wasn't
Wasn't no
good.
rap. Wasn't no
They paid
rappers
them
at
for.
all. But they definitely was. Yeah, yeah. It definitely wasn't no rap niggas at all.
Niggas can't get a motherfucker having a bag and say, yo, that nigga is gangster. That's the shit that's going on now.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Niggas is making, it's little niggas in the hood now that's getting more money than some older niggas in the hood, and them niggas is calling them niggas is big
hey,
home.
hey,
You
hold on.
can't.
So
Yeah, that's
hold on. I'm gonna read the documents real quick. Let me reset the room. Hey, welcome to Trolls Nation. If you're new to the room, welcome. This is the Trolls Nation room on the Clubhouse app. If you're on stage in the audience, you want to come up, don't act bougie. Make sure that you troll up top, hit the greenhouse, join the club, follow the moderators on stage. Did Puff Daddy rat on Shine Poe or is Shine lying? So here goes the document. The Allen brothers is the dudes that they got into it with at the club. It says February 22nd, 2001. It says Puff Daddy Combs yesterday. A prosecutor made more serious allegations about the rap star and gun possession and bribery trial at Manhattan, New York Superior Court. A letter made public to Judge Charles Solomon, prosecutor Matthew Bogdano said that January 3rd he interviewed ex-convict Matthew Scar Allen and his two brothers, who were all in the club, New York, December 29th, 1999, at the time of the shooting incident that left 3 injured. Allen, whose argument was with Combs, allegedly triggered the shooting, was arrested Tuesday. But Dangos wrote that Allen brothers told him that they were concerned about testifying at trial and felt threatened by Mr. Combs, a multimillionaire record producer whose empire includes Bad Boy Records and Sean John Clothing. Their greatest concerns were retaliation by Mr. Combs and those surrounding him against their mother, Shirley Allen. Bogdano also informed I've also was informed of several attempts by Mr. Combs personally to pay for their silence. Bogdanos also released a written statement by Matthew Allen in which he claims to have seen Combs and associate Shine Borough firing guns into the nightclub after the argument. So this is the stuff that people are reading online, and they're saying, you know what? How is he firing guns? How is he, bribing people and scared? And how could he still be a civilian? How could he be a civilian? Like what makes a street nigga? He's busting guns supposedly. He's bribing people. These niggas is in fear of their life. Like is Puff Daddy a civilian or is he not a civilian? I'm gonna start off with T Rose up top. T Rose, P Diddy, civilian or not civilian? In your opinion.
Uh, to me, he's a civilian, but what I heard about his past, nah, it seemed like he was definitely about that life at one point.
All right, Creep. Puff Daddy, civilian or non-civilian?
That nigga was making niggas walk to get his fucking cheesecake. He a gangster.
All right, Cadillac Top. Puff
100.
Daddy, Puff Daddy, civilian or not civilian? In your opinion?
Nah, you're a civilian. I'll say you're a civilian. I can't even hold you up. You're a civilian.
Okay, Ju. In your opinion, Puff
A
Daddy,
paper gangster.
civilian? Huh?
A paper gangster.
A paper gangster. Rockweiler, Puff Daddy. In your opinion, would you consider him a civilian or a non-civilian?
Next to Billy Dance and Fame from MOP, civilian.
Civilian. Okay. Um. Anybody on stage that would say, nah, not civilian?
Let me ask a question before I answer that. I want to answer that. If you was ever if you was ever not a civilian, we all agree you can't go back to being a civilian, though, right? And what I
Well,
mean by that, because
there's
the
only
story,
one way to go back to being a civilian, right? Whack.
no, ain't.
That if you snitch, you gotta.
Only reason I'm asking my nigga because I heard stories about Puff when he was going to Howard. You know what I mean? So I can't really say he a civilian because I might know some things that motherfuckers don't know back when he was going to Howard. So I don't look, me personally, I don't think Puff a civilian unless you can
I
transfer it
think
back
Hassan.
into a civilian. And
What 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 can
I
we?
don't think you can transfer it back into a civilian. Once you lived a certain life, nigga, you are who you are.
All right.
I
Well,
think that he's an associated civilian.
I would. You know what? You just
So
created
Same.
a nice. You
Gangster.
created a nice word, an associated civilian. Because I'm a civilian, but I got messy niggas around me. You know what I'm saying? I got niggas that can make a mess. So like,
Same.
if it happened, God forbid. Thank God I never had anything come close to me. But I had niggas that could get messy, and they could get real messy. But I ain't a civilian. I ain't a civilian nigga. But we could I got niggas that get it messy. So, he's probably one of those people who knows how to walk, but at the same time, it says he no messy niggas, but no just know how to walk and don't piss the ground off. You know what I'm saying?
I think
I
he's a
mean,
civilian with street ties.
Okay, I
He
like that
got
too.
heavy street ties.
Yeah,
Heavy street
I like that.
ties.
Yeah, but I guess my question would be, if you participate in it, you wouldn't you be involved? Wouldn't you be a part of that circle?
No,
If you
no,
involved in the
not
That
messy,
boy was busting
not
guns in the
necessarily,
club. He a
not
gangster, bro.
necessarily, not
He can get his
necessarily.
hands dirty without
Yeah,
doing anything.
if you busting guns in
You
the club,
busting
how's that
guns in
not?
the club, you
Hold
a
up,
gangster, bro. Oh
Puff
shit.
ain't blow no, Puff
Man,
ain't
Puff
blow
a
no
gangster, man.
shots.
He
Puff ain't
still
blow
should
no
have took
shots in
care of
here.
Shine. I think that regardless if he's a civilian or not,
Puff ain't let off
he
no
still should
shots,
have took
man.
care of Shine and the people in that incident. He got the
so
money
with,
to do it.
so
I
what
You
do
say
believe
y'all
he didn't
Puff
let
is
off
consider
the
what the
So
shots?
narrative
protecting
of.
your life make you
that?
a gangster
What
now?
do
I ain't gonna
y'all
front. I believe Puff
what?
is the narrative of what a gangster should be today.
Okay, what do y'all
Hopefully that'll change the
consider
youth.
the other celebrities that have street dudes backing them? Because that's a thing, right? So do y'all consider them street or not? Like Chris Brown, do you consider him a street nigga, or do you consider him a civilian?
Hell
You're a
no.
street nigga.
I
It's a
think we
street
getting ready.
nigga.
Hold on 1 second. I think we getting ready to get into a whole different joint, right? Because we could just saying basically he's he a civilian or not, right? Simple and plain. Because I keep saying real talk. When you talk about street niggas, gangster niggas, like those type of individuals are that 24/7, bro. This ain't nobody that just commit one act and then now they consider that. That's not how that works, bro. You are what you do every single day. How you walk. That's what you
So
are.
so can I pose a
If you
question?
That's a
Is
fact.
hold on. I'm saying if you got a bunch of broads, right? And you get them to have sex with niggas and they get paid and they bring you the money back, whether you say it or not, nigga, you a pimp. You ain't gotta say it out loud, but that's the way you walking. That's who you are.
are there different variations of a gangster?
Hey, somebody
Yes, they
hit my
are.
back
Yes, they
channel
are.
and said, "What's a civilian?"
A civilian is somebody that don't partake in any crime or criminal activity. They have no ties, or they don't have no dealings with the underworld. The day that you decide to step into that, you become, you know, part of the underworld.
All right,
That's the
so he
that's
ain't a
my point.
civilian then.
nobody a civilian on this planet, bro.
Diddy ain't a civilian then.
Then
Because
he ain't
what
no
about the
civilian.
people?
If you
What
I
about
ever
the
agree.
broke,
people
listen,
with
if you
one
ever
foot in
broke
and one
law,
foot out? Like, you know what I mean?
And that was my point.
my thing is if you
That's
ever
where the
broke
line.
law,
Hold
you
up,
ain't no
hold on,
civilian.
murder. Hold up. That's the
Cyber.
I
thing.
agree.
Like damn. Like the lines start to get blurry, right? If you got these people that got one foot in and one foot out, and like, and that's a really popular thing. Like most of these rappers that's not street niggas, they got street backing, right? And they do
That's a
certain
fact.
things and they move certain ways. So do you consider them street or not when it comes to things like snitching? Like are they civilians or are they street? Right?
Hey,
Because the
Not
line gets
not
blurry.
that's MC Gusto.
That's
Yo,
what I'm
not not
saying.
not you
That's why.
straight. You
Hold on.
straight.
Let me say one thing. I think that's an illusion that somebody has one foot in and one foot out. That's somebody looking out from the outside and not really understanding the intricate ways of how it's supposed to be broken down.
That's
Right?
a
There
fact.
don't it ain't no such thing as one foot in and one foot out. That's somebody that would be looking at it from the outside and think that's what's going on, right? Like she just brung up Chris Brown. Chris Brown is an R&B singer, man. That guy's not a street dude. That guy's never woke up every day put a ratchet on his hip or put a pack in his pocket and went out and did the shit that street niggas do constantly for weeks on end, months on end. The
I think
guy's
he put
not
the
a
pack
street
in his
guy. No
pocket.
matter what I'm saying is there's no such thing as 1 foot in, 1 foot out, bro. Either your 10 toes over here or your 10 toes is over there, bro.
I agree with you, Ty, but like, would you consider him a snitch then if he started talking? You see what I'm saying? Like, then what? Is he a civilian then? Like, I don't know.
And that man's a whole civilian, man. If Chris Brown told on a nigga tomorrow and did the same shit 6ix9ine did and said, listen, and this is why I did it, whoopty wham, yeah, niggas will say whatever they say because he swung the red flag a few times or whatever, and that's what he claiming. But at the end of the day, the guy's a civilian, man. He is a civilian. That guy's a
Yo,
civilian. He's
Caddy,
an R&B singer,
Bag, you
man.
can't
He's an
spin his
R&B
bag on
yo,
singer.
the
Caddy, yo, Caddy. I fuck with
bag.
you. I fuck with you, but I gotta disagree because he's a blood now.
I
You
was just
can't.
finna say Chris Brown
Can
to get killed.
I,
Chris Brown to get killed if
I
he
chime
snitched.
in real quick?
Yeah, he not. I can't say he's a civilian anymore.
Well,
My
well,
He
you know
ain't
what?
just
Let me,
R&B
well, let me,
singing.
all right, well, then let me say this. Then I don't know that man ins and out like that. So if that's the case, then whoever know more than I know, then cool. Then I take that back. Well, as far as I see the kid is an R&B singer. Now, if you know his deeper ties to something else, then cool. Then say no more.
No,
But I'm saying,
that is facts. Ty, he is a blood now, bro.
Nah,
yeah,
he a
okay.
blood. He a blood.
I'm
So
thinking, you know, I'm
Well,
thinking
so
he,
in these
I'm
day and
thinking.
ages, it's Bloods getting a civilian pass. So if y'all gonna do that with 6ix9ine, y'all got to do that with Chris Brown too.
I saw
Wait,
some
hold
gangster
on, hold
shit.
on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Who said that?
Valley.
Veli said it. I said it. I just
Valley.
think
What? No, ain't
it's
no
no in
Damu.
between though.
Ain't no Bloods getting what you call it?
Cause niggas was doing that with Chris Brown, bro. So like, I mean, 6ix9ine saying he was a civilian.
But
That's all I'm saying.
Wax said in mad rooms already that he not jacking son around him claiming no Damu. So we don't know. I ain't hear the last time 6ix9ine said he was non-Trey Billy or none of that. I don't remember him
Man,
saying.
that nigga ain't got put on. That nigga ain't got beat down for that shit, boy. Ever.
Ain't nobody jacking no Damu turning civilian then turning back to Damu. Ain't none of that shit going on.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that niggas was saying 6ix9ine is a civilian. So if it's like that for 6ix9ine, then I'm not understanding why we having a discussion about Chris Brown. I'm not.
Nobody recognized 6ix9ine as Billy Badass.
That's a fact.
Just because he told niggas in a song, my nigga, ain't nobody in the pound, no powwow came up where that nigga had to show up. Niggas don't give a fuck about what 6ix9ine talking about at the end of the day, Valley.
It was
Not
entertainment. It was
you
He's an
missing what
entertainment.
I'm
Niggas
saying.
entertainer.
ain't
I understand what you're saying, but you missing
Wesley
what I'm
Snipes
saying.
not a vampire hunter. It was entertainment. That's what we
Word.
talking about.
Like
Yeah, he
let
wasn't.
6ix9ine
He wasn't
continue
that
to
one,
troll and
right?
make music. Let him troll and make music. That's what he does. But when you start talking about red and blue rags, no, you cannot put a rag on and then say one day, no, I'm gonna be a civilian today, and then Friday I'm banging again because niggas is outside. You can't do that. That's not how this shit go.
And that's a
But can you?
fact. And
But
if
can
you're
you?
from New
But
York, you know some of the most dangerous and street niggas was the party song niggas. They wasn't talking gangster music, nigga. It was the party dance song happy niggas that was the most gangster niggas. So him
Facts.
talking gangster shit was just entertainment, nigga. There's a difference between what you entertaining as and what you really living in the street level. Niggas don't
can you say?
understand that line.
What can
Right,
you
and
say?
I
Can
gotta agree with that. Like Slick Rick, a gangster. They say
Yeah,
Slick
Dreads,
Rick
Straight
was a
up
Black
oh,
Sheep,
gangster.
he a gangster.
Slick Rick
Straight
was
up.
a
oh,
You know what I
gangster.
mean? Eric Sherman busts his gun. You know what I
yo,
mean? I can
Magneto,
name a couple motherfuckers. You right about that.
Magneto,
They ain't rap about that shit.
who else you had in mind just now, Magneto? I want to see who you was thinking about when you just said
Queens nigga, man. It was Queens. It was a Queens nigga, man. You
that.
know, Cadillac from Queens. You know what the fuck I'm talking about. Niggas is partying and dancing and fun, but nigga, you get your wig rocked, nigga. And
Oh no. Oh
nigga ain't never
shit.
shoot a nigga in one song.
Oh,
Nigga ain't never
yeah.
rap about shooting nothing, but nigga, you get your wig rocked. Queens
Nigga,
nigga.
niggas do the running man and shoot you that night.
But back to the
But
original
yeah,
question, my nigga, I feel as though if you ever broke law, my nigga, you ain't a civilian no more. And you ain't got the right to tell nothing. That's
Yo,
just my opinion.
can I chime in real quick?
you got the
Yo, all
floor, Trife.
right, good looking. Yo, so I'm from New York. For those who don't know, but from my perspective on Diddy, right, and people saying street nigga versus gangster. Street, just because you're a street nigga don't mean you're a gangster. That's just separate that, right?
Thank you.
Now, Diddy, where he came up at, I mean, he came up around a lot of street niggas and a lot of gangsters. So he is not a civilian by association, right? His actions that night led to that happen, which takes him out of that civilian field. Once you do that, you put somebody in jail because of your actions, you can't be considered a civilian. And I
That's
land
where
on
I
that.
was going at, Trace. And I'm from Baltimore, and that's basically all I was saying, my nigga. He ain't no civilian. You know what I mean? He no, fuck that. He ain't got the right to say no. Him and Shine and Wolf supposed to just stood 10 toes down, or whatever come from that, come from that. Not throwing Shine under the motherfucking bus.
This is Goo. I was at Daddy's house that night. It was a Sunday night with my man Rashid, the engineer. Puff called the studio and said, put some champagne on ice. He never showed up. I woke up in the morning and seen that shit on the news.
Yeah, that's crazy. So what? So Wolf and Diddy had the same attorneys and shit like that. That's how they both got off, and Sean wound up doing the time.
Diddy had the
Yeah,
dream. They was calling his shit like the second dream team. He damn
yeah,
near
yeah,
had
yeah.
the lawyers. He
And
had
he
the
gave
lawyers
the
OJ
same
had.
and the same niggas he gave to Wolf as well. I think they was he the same.
Yeah, I think that was the case.
You got to keep in mind, Diddy was gonna make sure Wolf was good regardless.
That's a
That
So
fact.
was history.
so
Shine was a new nigga. Shine was pretty much a new nigga.
so
Wolf was there and he knew where he stood. Know what I mean? So Wolf was gonna be good like Diddy was gonna be good.
I think somebody lied. Somebody lied and testified the wrong information on Shine, and that's what got him jammed up or some shit. And he needed Puff to save him, and Puff wouldn't help him out at that point.
Yeah,
so
at the end of the day, if knock on wood, I mean Wolf gone, but if Wolf did all that shit, Diddy would have put it all on Shine to save Wolf, cause he knew nigga like he was rocking with Wolf. At the end of the day, Diddy don't give a fuck about the rules and the regulations and the laws, nigga. He gonna save himself. He gonna do what he gonna do, nigga. Shine would have been a fall guy regardless. You know what I mean?
Yo, you know what's crazy? When I think about it now, too, bro. You lie. You just got me. You right. I take my shit back, bro. That boy ain't no civilian. Because I'm just thinking about the other little incident, the shit from in Atlanta, when Wolf, when and that work, that so-called quote unquote work that happened in
Exactly.
Atlanta.
That
Yeah,
nigga's
yeah,
not a civilian, bro.
yeah.
Right.
That nigga ain't no civilian. That nigga ain't no civilian.
And I'm
Nah,
and
he
I'm
ain't no
and I'm gonna
civilian,
tell you,
bro.
I'm gonna tell you how real this shit go. We got Cali niggas in the room right now. I'm gonna tell you how crazy it is. Wolf is one of the reasons the motherfucking East Coast West Coast beef even happened. Niggas don't even
Nah,
know
they
that.
know that. No, they know that,
I mean,
Mackie.
a lot of
They
bruh.
niggas
know they
don't know
know
that.
that. They know about the what's Suge partner, whatever his man name was. Big Jake, I think his name was. They know they
Exactly.
know about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of niggas don't know. Nigga, that's what sparked the whole East Coast West Coast beef. Niggas don't know. A lot of niggas.
I never knew it was East and West Coast beef, bro.
I
Who
never
said
Oh
knew it
yeah,
that?
was the
yeah.
East Coast, West Coast beef either. I thought it was just a
Well,
beef
nah.
between two camps.
But nah, that
Right,
wasn't
That's
right.
how
I
we
never knew it
felt.
was
But
no
they.
East and West Coast. That's
hold
what they
on.
was trying to say, but
That's what
I
they
never,
pushed it.
I never
The
knew it
media
really
Magneto,
pushed that
was.
narrative.
we all know that Magneto was just referring to what we knew it as, bro. He not saying that it was either. He was just referring to it
Right.
as what
Okay.
we
My
knew
my,
it
my
was.
bad. My
You know
bad.
what I mean? Yeah, that's
Right.
all.
Right.
We all,
Right.
we
Right. My
all, we
bad.
all. Come on, bro. We all saying. We all know what that was about.
Like
We know that wasn't no.
When
Yeah,
Vibe made the two covers, they had one cover with the row on it, and then they had one
exactly,
cover and
exactly.
one cover was the West version, the other cover was the East version.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and that's a fact.
We all
And
know
and
we all know who was perpetrating that shit for and why they and why. You know what I mean? And that's even why when Wack was just in here too, Pac participated more or less a little bit into that shit too, bro. For his game,
and
Right.
we
pushed
gotta
it.
keep it. Yeah, we gotta keep it tall, bro. We can't even like you know what I mean. Just because like we said earlier, niggas is our heroes and whatever the case may be. Nah, bro, he pushed that for what he pushed it for, bro.
You
He
right.
You
pushed
know
it.
what I mean?
And one thing about it is, I don't know who asked the question, but see, it's
This
easy
came.
to, it's easy to understand a narrative when you're a grown man and you've been through it and you old enough and mature enough to understand it. Let's be clear. When the East West beef was going down, nigga, I was a young teenage nigga. I grew up listening to West Coast music, nigga. Snoop was my nigga. Go to Bed-Stuy. In Bed-Stuy, they used to call me Snoop, nigga. Snoop was my favorite rapper. I grew up listening to motherfucking MC8 and fucking Ice Cube and fucking all of the West Coast niggas. I love the motherfucking West Coast, and I'm from Brooklyn. But when that East Coast West Coast beef jumped off, the narrative was pushed so hard. Like nigga, nigga, when the Dog Pound shot that video in New York, nigga, I was like what, like 14, nigga. We was trying to find where they was shooting the video at so we could
My bad.
shoot that shit up. I'm just being honest.
Yo,
Niggas
Magneto.
push the narrative,
Yo, Magneto. As far as Snoop, bro, everybody fucked with Snoop, bro. That nigga Snoop,
nigga.
everybody fucked with Snoop. I
Niggas
remember, look,
love Snoop, Ice
man,
Cube, all them.
that first time he came to the hood in Queens, I know Rock probably remember that shit, bro. In
Yeah, yeah, I
Missouri,
remember.
which was once called Trafalgar Square. Even Snoop talk about that shit, bro. Nigga, that shit was so crazy, bro. I ain't never seen a show in my life that was like that, bro. This
Man,
nigga
niggas
Snoop,
love Snoop,
niggas
nigga. But
loved Snoop back then, bro. It
but I'm gonna
wasn't
tell you though, being a Brooklyn nigga, I was listening to Hot 97 the day Biggie came on the radio. I was listening to that shit live when he said it. Biggie came on Hot 97, nigga, and was like, it was a school day. I came out of school and heard that shit. He was like, yeah, the Dog Pound, Snoop, and the West Coast nigga, they out here in New York dissing us and shooting the video. What you doing, Brooklyn? Stand up. When they put that shit in the movie, niggas don't know that. Nigga, I was on YouTube trying to find it because I remember that shit.
Was
Yo,
that
D,
in
Biggie
Red
called up Hot 97 and mentioned that. And you had nigga, I was a young nigga out here trying to find these West Coast niggas. Like, yo, these West Coast niggas disrespecting me. Mind you, I'm a kid. You understand? So as a grown ass man, you're gonna think more about the shit down the line. You're gonna think on a bigger page, but as a little young nigga, you're not thinking that far ahead. You feel what I'm
crash dummy shit. Niggas was niggas was on they crash dummy shit. You know what I mean?
saying?
Other
Yeah,
you know
little
how many
young
other
nigga shit.
niggas you know how many other niggas was trying to find that shit once Big put that fucking black bat signal out? Shit, nigga. We
yo,
probably could get a
I was,
thousand
I was,
niggas up. We probably could find
I,
1,000 clicks of niggas that said they was trying to find that video shoot after that
it's
bat
Hell
fact.
signal.
yeah, it was
I was trying to
kids
find it
though.
too, bros. I was trying to
Nigga, we
find that
was
too. I was in
kids.
the street.
Well,
Yeah,
somebody found
look,
it.
look, Trife telling
Yeah,
you right
they
now,
got
nigga.
shot up. It did
Nigga, we
get
was
shot up though.
kids.
On some FYI.
Yeah, we was kids, man. We was trying to find that shit, that goes back to the responsibility. You know what I mean? Being a young, that's why I be schooling my young niggas. Like when you listening to these rap niggas that's pushing you in that direction, that shit get real. Like nigga, we was really living this shit, and it got a coast hating a whole nother coast that don't even fucking nigga. I was a West Coast fan, and they got me like, man,
It's called
fuck
Media.
these
Hey,
niggas.
they
To
really
be
shot
honest,
that video out there? I
That
Huh?
thought they
shit got
did that
shot
shit
up, man.
in the studio or something.
No, they was
nah,
Nah,
they was in New
nah,
York, nigga.
that shit was
They
in Red
they
Hook,
was in New
bro.
York.
From what I heard.
Wow.
Yeah, they was outside,
It's,
nigga. They
it's people on here. It's people on this app. Y'all can ask about that, bro. Like y'all, like it's that shit. Dead, and that shit got shot up, bro.
and
Nigga,
then
That
that's when
Biggie went
they shot the
Yo,
second half of the video somewhere else after that incident happened.
I'm gonna
after
tell
they
you, hold on,
got shot. They switched the
look,
location.
Yeah,
he tried to do it.
Blick,
Yo,
you right. After that happened, then they went into the studio. Real talk.
look,
Then they went
look,
inside.
bro.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
Yo, bro, look, he tried to do it in Red Hook.
Exactly. And I
He
was
tried to
living
do it
there.
in
I was
Red Hook,
living in
bro.
Red Hook at the time. That's the crazy shit.
I'm telling
But
you,
they
we was
wasn't,
out.
if you watch the video, ain't no project.
Hold on, Try. Go ahead, try.
Yeah, he tried to do it in Red Hook. Same thing everybody said. What year was that? If anybody remember?
Damn, I'm
I
not
don't even
Anybody
entirely
remember
remember the
the year?
92,
year.
95. Shit.
Now it was after 92. It
it
had
was,
to be
it was
after
later than
90,
that.
like
It was probably shit night. It was in around
Like
95. You probably been
like
yeah.
like
95,
95. Yeah,
95,
like 95,
96,
96.
Yeah,
Yeah, 95,
96.
96. Facts. I'm telling you, and I'm keeping it 100. I turned blood in 94. So I'm telling you that we heard that and we went to the hook looking for Snoop. We was sick about that, homie. I'm telling you that. So
I'm
that's a
telling
fact
you,
because
we was looking
it,
too. We was looking too, nigga.
because there was a narrative being pushed out here to us that it was a East Coast West Coast beef. That's a fact. And
That's a
we
fact.
grew up and we don't see it that way now, but it's the media, everybody was pushing that, especially once Snoop came over and did that to us, that was the stamp of disrespect to the East Coast.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be honest. The shit that made me the most mad was the fact that like, nigga, I'm like, what, nigga, my first nigga tapes, nigga, and shit I bought was MC8, nigga. That was one of my first nigga. I was buying West Coast music, like I was a West Coast nigga in Brooklyn. So
Yeah,
I'm like, nigga, I'm showing all these West Coast niggas love, nigga, and these niggas like, fuck us. That shit turned it up, nigga. I was
But
like,
we was
fuck
playing Too
these niggas,
Short, MCA, all of that, bro.
all that shit, nigga. So
Pop
that
said
was like a spit. It
put
was a spit in the face.
in high school, nigga. Don't get
Ah,
it twisted.
but the song was really a homage to New York. They ain't kick over the buildings till they got shot at.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. Yeah, that's
See,
a fact. But we ain't
yeah,
know,
see, that's
you know.
crazy.
But you know that shit was like the media played a major part in that shit, bro. Spinning that narrative and had niggas on go. That was a fact
Hey,
on
Yeah,
both sides.
Caddy,
On
that's
both on
real.
both.
Hey, Caddy, I heard Biggie was on a radio station that day, and he was like, "Y'all gonna let niggas from the
Yeah,
West
nah,
Coast
he
come over here
just.
and make
He
I don't know
music."
sure
if you
did.
I
came
just
back.
said that.
Bro, just
He
said it. Yep,
sure
yep.
did.
Nigga, I was
That,
listening live when he said it, nigga. Fuck the speculation. I heard it with my own two ears, my nigga. I
Yo,
heard that shit. And we was
that's how
like, yo, man.
that's how people found out about it in New York. That's how Brooklyn moved because Biggie got on the radio and said that. Other than that,
right,
Yeah.
nobody knew and out
right.
there.
Nobody even know. Yeah, other than
It
that.
wasn't no internet. It wasn't no internet, nigga. That's what let us know.
Okay, because I thought when the Source magazine had the East Coast West Coast magazine, I thought that's what started it for everybody. Is that not what started it?
Nah. I'm gonna tell you what started it. The Source Awards started it when them niggas on stage. Dr. Dre ain't got no love for
Oh,
Snoop
it did that
Dogg and
day.
all that. I
Yeah,
mean,
Okay,
y'all
okay.
don't
damn
got
loves
love
Dr.
for
Dre and
Snoop
Snoop
Dogg
Dogg.
and Death Row. That nigga
But you
Snoop
know
was
what
going
fucked
back.
us up is New York niggas was like, what the fuck is these niggas talking about, nigga? Nigga, let's be clear. Cali is a big place. You think Snoop and Dre got big just because of California, nigga? New York niggas bought the Chronic, Doggy Style, the Dog Food album, all that. Niggas was buying that Death Row shit. Niggas love the motherfucking West Coast of New York. So to think that only California made them niggas big was crazy.
Niggas just mad at the Source Awards because the only people that was winning was non-New York niggas. They found out that the world actually was listening to music outside of New York at the fucking award show.
Nah, because the
That's
Cali
not
niggas
true
won
because
too. Death
that's
Row
not
was
true
winning.
because Outkast said
Death Row
something
was
to that.
Outcast
winning, and
one
Bad Boy was.
Outkast
and
said something
Outcast.
to that. Like he's like, yo, New York ain't got no love for the South. Everybody had a problem that night. That shit was gonna go up regardless.
I'm gonna tell you what's the crazy shit though. Death Row was winning awards, and Bad Boy was winning awards. Right? When Death Row was winning awards, it was like New York niggas booing the West Coast, but the West Coast cheering. Then when New York won, the West Coast was booing them. When Outkast came up there, the East and the West Coast booed them niggas. They ain't have nobody.
Can I ask a
They ain't have
question?
nobody.
So to me it sounds like if hip hop started in New York, then a lot of the people outside of New York were seeking that validation in New York support and comfort, right? So
Yeah,
I feel like the same thing is happening if y'all don't realize it right now.
it's the
Yeah, it is.
same thing. It's like the
It,
gang banging. The
it is,
gang banging
Valley.
That's
started
what
in
I'm
It,
talking.
Cali.
it is, Valley. You're absolutely right, boy. For
Yeah,
real.
it's the same thing. The gang
And
banging started in Cali, and Cali like, yo, we don't respect it. I can't speak on all of them, but you know how it go.
I'm gonna shoot y'all niggas. Y'all turn this into a blood conversation again.
Yo,
Nah,
I'm
I'm not
dead. Hey,
doing
hey,
that
no,
because
hey,
I'm
Billy,
not
hey,
doing
Billy,
that.
explain that though. Explain that, Billy. What you just said. You said it's happening now. Explain why you said.
That is like, yo, like I think it was Magneto. He raised an interesting point. Like a lot of the dudes from around my way, they bought Doggy Style. Like a lot of niggas, older niggas that I came up under, like that I know, actually say that was the greatest hip hop album ever. So, but I also know the story of when they shot the video on Red Hook just because of who I was raised by. You know what I'm saying? So when um when I hear that they went on stage and said New York ain't got no love for da 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 da, the West Coast, it sounds as if like the Mecca was New York, and it was a certain type of validation I guess you got if New York accepted you, right? And what I mean,
100, 100.
I'm not divisive. I'm not that individual because I do not promote in no way detriment to black culture. Period. Right. So when I say that, I said it seems as if that same thing is happening now with the gang culture, where it's like, and I'm not, I don't, I'm, we're not gonna turn this into that. But what I want people to, when I say things like that, I want people to grasp it and understand that if the homie Magneto said, "Yo, we was buying Snoop," we didn't understand why Snoop went on stage and said that. I'm only saying that because I want y'all to understand what unification sound like. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason I say person to take it as I'm gaslighting, but it's never no gaslighting me because I come from a pure place for real. I don't come from a place of detriment. I know what it's like. I know in from the 60s to the 90s, it was crazy in LA.
Yo, my phone fucking up or what happened?
Nah,
Somebody's
his
Nah,
cutting out.
New York just a tough crowd, man. That's what it is. New York, we it's hard for New Yorkers to support New Yorkers.
Yeah, y'all niggas is assholes, bro, for real.
I mean, yeah, that shit. But you know, it ain't even that. It's the fact that New York respect real talent. They don't give a fuck, nigga. You could be their brother. If your shit trash, you trash, nigga. It ain't like, oh, I'ma like it just cause you my cousin. Nah. Your shit just gotta be good, nigga. If you good, we love you, nigga. If your shit trash, you just trash. It ain't no passes because, oh, we ain't from the same set or you my uncle, you my cousin. Nah, fuck that. That's why niggas took it so offensive. Like, nigga, me, nigga, I was out there, nigga. I was outside. And that era, nigga, I fuck with that West Coast music heavy, nigga. The DJ Quicks, the motherfucking MC8, nigga, all that shit. You know what I mean? And for niggas to feel like New York was like wasn't respecting them or felt like New York was coming at him, that shit was like a spit in the face to a nigga that spent his money. I was a kid, nigga. A teenage nigga spending my money on your shit and you saying fuck us. Know what I mean? That was a spit in the face. But now that the tables turned, it's like the West Coast is like, yeah, look at these New York niggas gangbang. Know what I mean? Now it's like the roles got reversed. You know what I mean? So it's like homie was saying, it's like the roles reversed because hip hop started in New York, then Cali took it. And I mean, did they thing? Now it's like the gangbanging started in Cali. Now New Yorkers is doing it. So it's yeah, for real. That shit is like the same shit. For real, for real.
Do you
You know
think?
what I
Do you
mean?
think? Do you think that social media had a lot to do with that, as far as like what was going on one side as opposed to the other with the trolling and the back and forth? And I always ask that question because I feel like we have gangs on this side, we have gangs on Cali side, but it just feels like social media gives it like this platform to where you know it's real, but then sometimes it could be kind of questionable because everybody be like, all right, are you a real blood? Are you just playing a part? Like for instance, with 6ix9ine, to me, 6ix9ine was never a gang member. They just put a rag on a civilian. That's how I feel. I'm sorry. That's just my personal opinion. They put a rag on a civilian, and then when everything went crazy, unfortunately, you know what I'm saying? It just a lot of things just went crazy. But I never thought he was a real blood at all. But I think a lot of times with the social media and this Instagram and everybody able to put on a little performance, I feel like sometimes the gangs really true creed of what they really are gets fabricated because of that.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact, Rock, because even back then, it wasn't no social media with the Biggie and Tupac shit, but
Nah,
the media pushed that shit. It was the magazines and the motherfuckers that ain't have nothing to do with the niggas that was on the ground, the niggas that was in the streets, the niggas that was really out there didn't have that agenda. So it was the
yeah,
media back then pushing that shit because
yeah,
they had that control. Like
yeah,
nigga, New York streets love the motherfucking West Coast. That's why we was confused. Like what the fuck is these niggas talking about?
yeah,
You know what I mean? But the media pushed it. You know what I'm saying? The
yeah,
media pushed like, oh yeah, New York don't like y'all. And if you ain't been in New York, you gonna go off of what the fuck the media say. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
and now it's social media, so they're gonna push it. But it's never the real people. It's
yeah,
never the real motherfuckers that's really out there that's pushing that agenda. It's the niggas that ain't got nothing to do with it. The media, social media that's pushing that agenda. But the real motherfuckers with their feet on the ground ain't pushing that narrative. So you right.
yeah. I
That
feel
wasn't the icing on the cake, though. The icing on the cake is when, pardon me, Rock. The icing on the cake is when Suge made the comment that dudes thought was directed at Diddy when he said, if you don't want a CEO dancing in that famous shit, dancing in the videos, niggas knew that was a direct shot at Bad Boy right there on TV at the Source Book.
Yeah, that's a
yeah,
fact. That's a fact. And the thing is, it became not a bad boy verse Death Row thing or a Diddy verse Suge Knight thing. it became a East Coast West Coast thing. But even after the Source Awards, we knew that the tension was there. Even when Snoop and them niggas was like, you don't love Dre and Snoop Dogg, the tension was there. But I'm gonna tell you, and I'm a Tupac fan and I love Tupac. But the East Coast West Coast beef didn't completely ignite until Pac came home screaming at West Side,
Talk your
fuck
shit.
these niggas type
Talk your
shit.
shit, boy.
And that's a fact. And the thing is, that's when that, oh yeah, Biggie set me up and got me shot and blah blah blah. And niggas that
Pac
don't
from
know the
New
history,
Jersey, New York though, huh?
say it again.
Tupac, he from New York.
Yeah, he from New
Yeah,
York, nigga.
fuck that.
His name, ask the Oakland niggas. His name was MC New York when he moved to Oakland.
Right,
His
right,
name
right,
was
right.
MC New York.
I
But listen to me. I know this history, my nigga. He had an album called Me Against the World, right? When Me Against the World came out, right? He already got shot at Quad Studio. You know what I mean? When Me Against the World dropped, he was talking about getting shot in the studio and all of that. It was no West Side. It was no fuck New York. It was no Biggie. Nothing mentioned on Me Against the World. You understand what I'm saying? And that was after he got shot. He didn't mention that Biggie shit till he got with Suge Knight. Suge Knight and the Wolf and the Biggie and the Puffy shit. That became the East Coast West Coast beat. You know what I mean?
What about
Pac
the
knew who shot
Thug
him.
Life? What about the Thug Life Outlaw album? Was that after the Quad Studio shit?
think that was
No, no,
before.
no, no,
That was
no, no. The Thug Life was a little before that.
before that. Before that, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it was before that. But the Me Against the World was after that. You know what I mean? I was a Pac fan, nigga. I was listening to this shit every day. I know every song front to back. You
Yo,
know what I mean? He had a song called Old School shouting out Brooklyn. Is Brooklyn in the house? Like, nigga, I know. You know what I
So
mean? He didn't
welcome
have
to
it.
the old school. That's one of my
Uh-huh.
favorite songs, bro.
I'm
All right. So,
telling you,
so, so,
Easy
Yo,
Louis
bro.
Melly
V.
Mel and
Yo,
DVD.
so, question. What was the
Pac
first?
is
What
hard.
was the? What was the first original troll? What was the first troll comment? Was the first troll comment was "Come to Death Row"? If was that the first trolling? Was that the first
Yes.
trolling
Suge was trolling
Yes,
performance?
live on stage.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
say
yo,
yes.
it had to be
yeah.
Pac was locked up still.
Yeah, Pac
Wow.
was locked
Yeah,
up. That was
yeah,
Suge
they
Knight. That was
yo,
Suge Knight
yo,
that did that.
can I
So
say
Suge
something?
was the
performing
original
that
troller.
free Pac shit.
Yo,
The original
Facts.
troller.
yo, look, when Suge, and just what bro was just sound, who was just speaking about it? What the bro just said about Tupac and everything. When Suge went to visit Tupac in Clinton, Tupac already was on some bullshit because he felt New York didn't hold him down. Suge capitalized off of that, went snatched him and brung him to the West. When he brung him to the West, like the bro just said, that ignited it. So what people don't know is that a New York nigga got influenced by a West Coast nigga to create a East Coast West Coast beef.
Can we call
That's
him
a
a
fact.
Baltimore nigga? Can we not call him a New York nigga, bro?
Bro, it is what it is, homie. I'm a New York nigga. He's the Pac from New York. He switched
His,
sides. We say
Pac
when
from
he
New
switched
York,
flag,
bro.
he still
his
from New
name
York.
was
He's still
MC New York. When he went to
from New York.
Cali,
When he was
his
in
name was
Baltimore,
MC
his
New
name was
York.
MC New York. When he was in Baltimore, he's Pac is a New York nigga. Trey Fright. He was
Pac is
MC
Yeah,
New
Pac
York.
MC
is
New
That's a
York.
born.
fact.
All right, well,
Yo,
I just want to say
y'all
fuck
are
Pac
lying.
first,
His name
all
was
right?
MC New York.
His name
His
was
name was
MC New
Yes,
York.
MC
MC
New
New
York.
his
York,
name was
bro.
MC New York, nigga.
Oh shit.
That's
Oh
before
shit.
Digital
And then he
Underground,
went
right?
to the
Yeah, that's when he was
Oakland
going
and
to the
started
school
fucking
of the
with
arts
Digital
down here in
Underground.
Baltimore.
Yep.
And if you want to keep it a
Wow.
band, let's keep it a band. Let's keep it a band. I'm gonna tell you how real this shit is, right? Let's keep it a band, right? Suge Knight made the meeting with the nigga, and I mean they pulled that nigga in, brought him to death row, right? Let's just say, right? Hypothetically, while he was in Clinton, if Diddy had his bread right and came to that nigga like, yo, we about to go at these West Coast niggas, and Diddy would have had the bread to get him out of jail and say, yo, we about to bomb on these Cali niggas, what you think he would have did? Let's be real. It'd have been East Side till I die, nigga. Live and die in
I
Brooklyn,
think
nigga.
whoever would have came and saved him, he would have rolled with. That
Exactly.
nigga was stuck. He was stuck. Boy, he about to go to jail for life.
Yeah. So niggas making it seem like he really had a problem with Biggie or he really had a problem with the East Coast. No, he had to show his alliance to the niggas that saved him. Nigga, if it
Facts,
would have been some Texas niggas, he'd have been like, I'm riding swangers. Fuck them
facts.
northern
Yeah.
niggas. You know what I'm
That's what
saying?
happened. And then he used his platform. Suge used him, and they created that. Remember, Suge is running a whole label, bro.
So now he's a mastermind behind the scenes, pushing the button with all these artists to push that narrative. I wouldn't be surprised if he helped to push that through the source. Let's talk about.
Pac was always already feeling though too that the East Coast felt like the West Coast wasn't hip hopish. Like, you feel me? Like we was a broken home. Y'all treated us like we was a broken home. That's what he said. So that's why he started fucking with us real tough.
Nah, that's bullshit. He did that shit to play with y'all niggas' brain because the
Okay,
streets
okay,
ain't feel like that.
okay. I
Nigga,
got
I
you.
grew up, nigga. My name is Snoop, nigga.
Right, right, right,
I'm
right. I heard
Magneto
you.
on his app. Nigga, go to bed style. They called me Snoop, nigga. I was dressing like a West Coast nigga. Like, yo, why this nigga dressing like that, nigga? I was dressing like West Coast niggas in Brooklyn, nigga. Like, nigga, I grew up listening to that Cali shit. So that was bullshit. For real. Real shit.
Yo,
You
bro,
think
Niggas
we
love the West Coast.
you
yo,
think
bro,
you
we was
think we
wearing
felt
Dickies
like
in New
that
York
out
because of the
here?
West Coast.
Niggas better love the West Coast. God
Yo,
damn it.
bro, we was
And
wearing
niggas better love
Dickies.
Brooklyn too, nigga. What you
Right,
saying?
right,
Y'all
right.
niggas
What
ain't
y'all
got no
niggas saying,
love for the
yo?
West Coast.
Rick, we was wearing Dickies on the West Coast,
Yeah,
homie, heavy on the East Coast because of the West Coast.
Y'all
yeah,
We
niggas
used
ain't
to
I'm
wear
got no
already,
Yeah.
love for
yo. I
Snoop
wish.
Dogg and Dr. Dre.
I'm already knowing we influenced a lot of y'all shit out there on the East
Hey,
Coast,
hey,
man.
nigga.
So it's
don't
all
Hey,
do it,
love.
Rick.
Like,
Don't
come
do it,
on,
Rick.
bro. Like, I'm just saying, it's not nothing wrong. Like
Don't
And
do
we
it, Rick.
influence y'all niggas too. We
Yo, Rick,
influence
hold up,
y'all
Rick,
look,
Rick,
niggas
hold
too.
on.
look.
yo,
When
hold
I
on.
Watch
started,
With the
this.
when I
Yo,
Dookie,
started,
Rick,
when
Dookie
I
That's the
gonna
started
take you
going,
through the
problem right
trap.
when I
wait,
there.
wait,
started
wait, wait,
going,
one mic. Yo, Rick,
look.
Rick,
When I
Matter of
yo, Rick.
fact,
started
I got you, Rick.
pickpocketing,
Hold up, Rick.
hold on. When
Now
I
I got
started
him,
Yo,
bro. Yo,
pickpocketing
Rick.
and breakdancing after I watched Beat Street, nigga, and I got me a Kango, nigga, and I took the laces out my shell toes,
Hey, yo,
Look
nigga.
at
Rick.
the Dookie
I was
rope on too,
inspired, nigga.
nigga.
I was influenced, nigga.
Yo,
What you
Rick.
For
talking
real,
about, bro?
boy.
Like,
That is
Yo,
come on,
yo,
man.
Rick. Yo,
I know
Rick.
the vibe.
Yo,
I know the
Rick.
vibe.
Let,
I know the
yo,
vibe.
hey, yo,
Rick
Ricky.
still trying to be a New York nigga to this day. That's why he
Reek
put the
from
do
New
rag
York.
on.
That
Cut it
nigga
out.
Hey,
from
yo,
New
yo,
York
I
in
had
his
to
I
call.
know
heart,
the
bro.
Hey,
vibe. You
Rick
heard?
ain't from New York, you heard?
Yo,
In
hey,
his
yo,
listen.
Rick,
heart,
Rick.
in his heart.
Yo,
yo,
we had to
Rick.
call this.
Rick
Ask Snoop
Rick got
Dogg
off
who
the
his favorite rapper. Ask Snoop Dogg who his favorite rapper is, nigga.
Hey,
Promise
yo,
you, it's the East Coast nigga.
listen,
Ask
y'all. We
Big.
had to.
But that's common sense because that's where it stood. Them niggas grew up off
That's
that
his
shit.
age bracket. Yeah, yeah. He can't say so what his
Now
Rakim,
age
you
is.
nigga.
ask
Yeah.
you,
Rakim, nigga.
Hey,
but
yo, we
ask
had.
Biggie though. He was If you trying to ask young sell niggas records now like who their who? favorite rapper is, they gonna be from down south. You ask any of them young little niggas now and yo who their favorite rapper is, bet they from the south because that's who got the game right now.
Yo, I'm
Yep,
gonna tell y'all.
No,
Yo,
I'm
we
gonna tell.
found
exactly.
out. Yo,
Long,
we found out
go.
last night. Yo, Rick, tell him we found out last night that we got influenced by the West Coast to wear skinny jeans, right, bro?
Nah, hell no.
Nah, we got influenced by y'all to wear skinny jeans, you
Talk
heard?
about
Yo,
skinny.
Y'all always want to
Yo,
talk
I
about
ain't
y'all
even
yo,
in
number.
this
Look, y'all
conversation,
I'm
always
gonna
want
nigga.
tell
to talk.
y'all. I'm gonna tell
Y'all
yo,
y'all
a
a
always
West
want to
story.
talk
Coast.
about y'all
Transition
number
niggas
one, the
is.
That's
fattest.
Nah,
clearly
bro,
a
a West
uptown
Coast dude
trend.
said
That was
that
clearly a
last
up.
night, bro.
One
A
mic
West
that.
No,
Coast
One
he
brother
mic
was
said
that.
from
they was.
San. He was from
That's a fact though.
Victorville,
Teach me
bro.
how to
Don't
jerk
put
ass,
that on.
nigga.
Nah,
Ain't
It's
no.
the Atlanta
y'all
thing,
say
nigga.
y'all be
Hey,
saying y'all
yo,
number
Rick,
one.
don't Victorville. My
Nah,
family in
those.
Victorville.
All right,
So
Adelanto
what? If
area.
them niggas, that dude was from Victorville. He does not represent the West Coast. He was on something else, bro. So don't do that.
nah,
Don't
bro. He
do
No
said
that.
nigga from Victorville will ever represent the West Coast.
Yeah.
They give it
Is that like
up in
Sacramento?
Victorville, nigga. Adelanto,
never been Jack
Hesperia.
in
Hey,
Victorville. That's
That's in the
not
Bay?
right.
That's in the Bay?
them
That's not
niggas up
right.
there don't
Jack in
count.
Victorville.
Yo, I got a story. I got a story. I remember when Redman first got signed to Def Jam, and when he first got signed to Def Jam, Red was also doing beats too. So they had Def Jam South out in L.A. and there was an artist by the name of Mello, and we went out there in '92.
Bro,
We went out there in '92 to produce a song called "Blaze It Up" because we had did like 5 songs on the album. Now, what's the craziness is that on this video, "Blaze It Up," and y'all can look this up, is me and Redman and a lowrider. But the block that we on and the Crips that we hanging out with, it was Orlando Anderson. He in the video. Keefe D is in the video. You can look it up. It's on YouTube. And we was in LA for like a whole long time. This was when the earthquake had just hit and the highways were still on top of each other. Yo, we had so much blue that we had to wear in that hood. But when we came back to Queens, I had every blue flannel shirt that there was, dog. And my girl was braiding my hair like homeboy on Boys in the Hood. I had like little braids in my hair, and I was driving down the street in a rental playing Who Got Some Gangster Shit by the Dog Pound from the
Yeah,
Murder with
that was the
Case
shit
album,
too,
nigga.
and that
Hey
was
yo,
a
bro.
classic.
Yo, bro, Rockwilder, bro. I need those beats. Pardon me, y'all, bro. I need to get with you. I ain't seen you since I saw you in LA Fitness a few years ago. I need to holler at you about those beats, bro. If y'all don't know who that man is talking, y'all gotta pay
Hell
attention.
yeah, we know who that is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Rock
It's
Wilder.
yeah, whatever y'all need, man. Hit me up, man. But it was just funny how when I saw as time went on, and Orlando did what he did, and Keith did and all that stuff, and then I looked at the video and I said, oh, dip, because Orlando was the one that was walking me up the street with the video camera and showing me all the other Crip niggas. Like it was they set, and Mello was a Crip from LA too, and it was real serious out there, man. You talking about getting down? Them boys was getting down out there, man. But we couldn't wear no other color but blue when we went up in that hood. We couldn't. We had to wear blue jeans. I had my blue. Of course, Queens all day, so we had on them Carhartts. But we had to wear them blue flannel shirts too,
Yeah,
man.
what's
That's
with the blue Scully bandana in the video, bro?
Huh?
I said, what's with the blue? It look like it's skulls and shit on the
Because
bandana,
Redman,
nigga.
that's because Redman, man,
so
Redman was
Redman
wearing them
had to wear
skulls, man. Redman had all them skulls on and everything too.
Niggas was wild. Redman, the LOD niggas, that shit was wild times back then.
Yeah, LOD, I call them niggas the Stephen King of Cruise, man. The
Them niggas
LOD
was
was a Stephen
wild.
King.
Them niggas was
Hey,
Yeah,
wild. I
hey,
know
in
yo,
some
that
Rick,
niggas
can
video,
out
I
there,
get a
man,
beat,
Swell.
just
y'all?
Put it
yeah.
like this. So we talking the early '90s then, right? Right, Riley?
Yeah.
In this
Oh,
early
okay, hell
'90s.
yeah. Hell yeah. I remember in the '80s in New York doing Beat Street, niggas had fishnet tank tops and shit.
You saw that, right?
Nah, you talking about
There he
Jamaican
go.
niggas,
There he
bro.
go.
Nah. Yo,
That
Reek,
was
where you
Crush
at?
Groove. It was Crush Groove. Crush Groove.
Nah, it
They
was
was beating up
Jamaicans.
Russell
What are you
Simmons.
talking about? Nah, it was the Jamaican niggas. Nigga, we was
Crush
not wearing no
Groove,
fishnet tank tops, nigga.
Full Force,
break-ins.
Full Force had the fishneck tank top when they beat up Russell Simmons and Crush Groove.
Oh, yeah, you right. Them niggas said. But they was from the West Coast. I thought them niggas was from Cali.
Them niggas from Brooklyn.
For real? Nigga, I thought they
Yeah,
was
Full
West
Force.
Coast niggas
I think
all
Full
Nah,
these
Force.
years.
take
Full
that
Force.
fishnet tank top to the Brooklyn Bridge, buddy, and throw it into the water.
Nah, son.
Into the fucking
Man,
No,
y'all
water.
Full
Cali
Force was
niggas
from.
was definitely fishnet shirts, nigga. I thought them niggas was from the West Coast. Nigga, no bullshit.
Hey yo, Rick, I seen a picture of Dr. Dre that fucked me up. Rick.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you why I thought them niggas was from the West Coast. Them niggas Jerry curls was immaculate, nigga. Niggas could not pull it off in the East
I was
Coast.
king of the Jerry curl.
Them niggas ain't had a juice like that, man. Them niggas drip was crazy, son.
Yeah.
But that was crazy though, cause that Orlando Anderson walked me up and down the block. He was like, "Yo, let me introduce you to all the Crips and the Bloods." You know what I'm saying? And Keefe D. I didn't know Keefe D. But Orlando walked me up and down the street, and I had the video camera. And I told Red about that, and Red said, "Yo, that was him in the video playing dice on the joint." I said, "Yeah, that's Orlando Anderson right there." I said, "But that was the nigga that was walking me up and down the street while I'm filming all the Crips." He said, "Yo, man, if I find that tape." Yeah, I said, yeah, man, I was an old, that ain't like the new, VC joints that like we got right now. If we had an iPhone back then, niggas would, we would have been rugged. But we
Right.
had one
Yeah,
of them
that
joints you had to
shit
put in the cassette. You had to close it
crazy.
and shit.
And Rick
Yeah.
ain't,
Yo,
Jerry
Rock.
was natural.
Yo, Rock, you was there
Yo,
when the twins, the twins that used to be with LOD and shit. When a
yeah,
nigga
Brooklyn
tried to
Twin.
cut, they tried to cut
Oh,
Redman shut
Jesus.
off.
You know
And
what
them
happened?
niggas, they fucked that nigga. They beat
Yo,
that nigga ass.
yo,
Son.
you know what happened, man? Man, they cut Red Man time. They messed around, and
You
I
know
don't
what
know if
I'm
they
talking
gave.
about.
I know I was on stage. If you look real hard, I'm on that
That's
stage.
why I
I,
asked you, yeah.
yeah, I was the one that told Red because Red had already been pissed off because they cut his time because I think Onyx went over time. So when Red came out, he was already pissed off. So I was controlling the music. So we was about to go into the next song, and Russell said, "Rock, you're gonna have to tell him to cut the song." So I said, "I gotta go out there and tell him." He said, "Rock, you better go out there and tell him." You gotta cut the song. So when you see me walk out, I walk out and I go right in his ear and he says, well, we about to get into this joint. But when I told him he had to cut the sound, it already went bad. So when that dude came by to try to act like really cut, because they was actually doing like a videotape, they didn't read them and get the memo. So twins, if Richie and Ray, aka the twins from Crystal Street in
Them niggas
Brooklyn,
work.
them
Them niggas
Brooklyn
work
niggas,
that
them,
nigga.
them Brooklyn niggas. One thing of Red and the twins, them twins was like two pit
Them
bulls in
niggas
my
wasn't
career, man.
playing, nigga.
Them niggas
Them
was
niggas
not
wasn't
playing.
playing,
They was
son. Them
not
niggas
playing.
not
When I first met the twins, man, the first time I got on the block and I was supposed to go and bring some music over, all I heard was bop 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 bop. They was shooting at somebody down the street, and I was just
yeah,
looking
them
at them
niggas.
niggas like, what?
Yeah, them
Like,
niggas, the twins, them niggas was wild as a
they was
motherfucker.
wild, but I ain't gonna front. Two of my most famous Brooklyn niggas ever. I love them niggas to death, man. When I tell you, them niggas show me. There's a love that Brooklyn niggas got
Why you
that
think
if
Biggie
we
said
fuck,
show love the Brooklyn way, man? We
oh
show
man, they
love,
show
nigga.
love the Brooklyn
We
way.
show love, nigga.
We 50 years old now and twin them like 49, not trying to blow their age up. But I better not call them for nothing. We old right now. I better not call them for anything. They'll be like, all right, Rod, should I come out the house? Because if I come out the house, it's gonna be messy. But if it's something with bothering the kids or something like that, and I say, yo, Ray, I'm gonna need you. Them niggas will come
That's
and
a
mess the
fact.
place up. They'll come mess the
That,
place up. You know what I'm
that's why
saying?
Biggie said show love the Brooklyn way, man. Brooklyn
Yeah.
motherfuckers is real loyal, man. Like
Yes, they are.
I'm Brooklyn to the fucking core. Like, nigga, we mad loyal. We got love. Like, who we love, nigga. Who we don't fuck with is fuck 'em. But other than that, nigga, we show that real love, nigga. Real shit.
And I ain't trying to be disrespectful for my Queens niggas, because there's some Queens niggas that I love more than life. But I ain't gonna lie, there's some Brooklyn niggas that I like better than some of my Queens niggas. I'm sorry. I just gotta say it. And that's true. Them niggas is, if I called them, it's over. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas like kinda like tying them niggas, they ain't no joke. You know what I'm saying? They'll call and come. But I got some niggas in my hood that I trust my Brooklyn niggas better than I trust them.
Yo, was DJ
That's it.
Dice back then with you back then?
Huh?
Was DJ Dice with you back then? You and Red,
Nah,
y'all?
DJ Dice came with me along with the whole with the just the whole Red Man Death Squad Hit Squad thing. That's when I met Dice and them. You know
Copy,
what I'm
copy.
saying? But I Red put me on back in '91, and that's when I met the twins, and that's when I realized that there was another dark thing that happened. Like they showed me another side of niggerdom.
Real shit though. But
Dumb
yo,
niggas.
Rock, I'm gonna tell you some shit that you did. I don't think you did it on purpose, but some shit that you did, a lot of niggas don't know. You changed up the time frame of songs because that Method Man, Red Man, Rockwilder song, that shit was like a minute. How long was that shit?
It was 2 minutes.
Nigga, before that, you remember niggas had long ass songs. That
Yeah,
shit was mad short. But the
yeah,
fact that the beat was so crazy and the song was so crazy, they could put that shit right before a commercial break on the radio. Boom. Or it's like, yo, you hear that shit like, damn, I ain't get enough. I want to play it again. Ever
yeah,
since then, niggas started cutting they shits down. If you notice, if you know the history of this shit, niggas wasn't doing no long ass songs after that song. That changed the game. And that became like a
Hello?
reference to a lot of
What are
artists.
you doing?
yeah.
Niggas don't know that.
Yeah, it was it
Fine.
was it was it was a it was a little
Good.
mistake
My
that
darling.
happened. They couldn't finish the song in time, so they ended up mixing it the way
Oh.
it was, and the fact that they couldn't get the second verses up there, and the time was on the album, they just put it on. So it was actually supposed to be a snippet to take one song from the last song to the other song, and it just so happened that it worked. You know what I'm saying?
And that shit changed history because before that, niggas, niggas Wu Tang, especially niggas was doing like 5 minute songs and all that shit. Know what I'm saying? After that shit, niggas was like, yo, a short song, get to the point, do what you gotta do. It's just better. It's just better. You get more rotation with it,
You're right.
and you make a motherfucker want to hear it again.
No.
Yeah, and my
Fine.
intros came from
Up.
Swiss Beats. Swiss Beats, like I love how Swiss Beats was doing his intros. So when I did Do It Again by Jay-Z, You know what I'm saying? When you heard that guitar intro, I was really thinking about that bam, that jigga my nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
And shout out to Jersey.
But
You
yo,
said shout out.
I'm about to get these kids ready for school, man. But all y'all niggas be safe, man. Your families be safe. If I don't speak to y'all before the holidays, man, happy holidays to everybody, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be
Same,
safe.
All right, Rock. Appreciate you,
Absolutely.
brother.
Same
same
here.
here, Rock.
Salute to you.
All right,
See you.
bro.
Y'all
Already.
so
Thank you for
phony or the
coming.
red man talking. Nobody mentioned
Definitely a pleasure having you in this room.
y'all.
Nigga
All
said
right.
I rock while in Trolls Nation.
I ain't hear you, Paul. What you were saying though?
I said y'all was having all the red men talking. Nobody shouted out Jersey. Y'all so phony. Fuck y'all.
Brick,
Oh, he did
stand
shout
up.
out Jersey. What you mean?
Mm-hmm.
What part of Jersey you from?
I'm doing
Irvington,
my hair,
Trenton,
so I let it slide. I'm
Jersey
from
City,
Jersey City.
Newark, stand up.
You from where?
I'm from Jersey City. Blick, you. I always hear you off your mic, please.
Okay, my brother lives in Jersey. My brother
Now
lives in
my
Jersey.
fam out Jersey. Shout out Jersey City. You know
I
what I
live in
mean? Brick
Hackensack.
City, Patterson, Camden, all that.
Irvington.
Yeah, it's against the law to have red men talk without mentioning Jersey. That's all. Y'all have fun.
Jerusalem, what up?
Yeah, that's a fact. You can't mention Redman without Jersey. That's a fact.
Shout out to the Outlaws too.
Yeah,
I'm just
niggas ain't
saying,
know they was from
let it slide.
Jersey at first though.
Y'all let it slide. Y'all have a blast.
Nah, shout out to the Outlaws. You know.
Facts though.
Oh, I'm sorry. Big shout to Newark, New Jersey, South 20th Ave, Orange, New Jersey, right across the street from the graveyard where Red's house was. Where I thought he was a scary ass nigga to live across the street from the graveyard. But big shout to Newark.
Hilarious.
I'm out.
That's what it is, fam. Tap in.
Yeah, no, that's dope, man. So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and boom this one, man. This was a dope conversation, man. A dope dialogue. Appreciate everybody for coming to Trolls Nation. I know we're gonna take this over there to the Riff app for sure. We're gonna go ahead and chill over there. Um, yeah, man. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for rocking with Trolls Nation.
IT Road.
That's what it